Champ, I've been a real estate investor since 2006, and I've been an entrepreneur since high school, freshman in high school. That's over 30 years of entrepreneurship. Today's lesson, today's session is about the most important skill to have as a real estate investor or entrepreneur. Okay. Now there's a lot of different stuff that you may think about you may need. For example, you may need systems, you may need sales. Learn how to sell. You may need learn how to negotiate, how to close deals, how to have follow-up systems, and create many different systems like funnels and bookings and closings and exit strategies, etc. But I'm here to tell you, someone that has never had a job and that has never borrowed money from a stinky banker in my whole lifetime as an entrepreneur since 9th grade, is that the most important skill to have, I don't care if you're talking about wholesaling real estate, you want to be a fix and flipper, you want to be a landlord, you want to have a moving company, you want to have a car dealership, you want to be a photographer, you want to be a book writer, you want to be whatever, your dreams. The most important skill to have, drum roll, is lead production. Lead production. Let me say that again. Lead production. If you have the ability to do guerrilla marketing, what I call creative marketing, then you're able to generate yourself business with $0 or almost $0 in marketing costs. And that's the most important thing. For example, when I owned a moving company, the reason I was able to, in 1 year, explode, have multiple locations, is because I had so much more leads than I can service. When you have more leads than you can service, so if you're a real estate investor, you have 10 people messaging you a day to trying to sell your house, but you only have cash to buy, let's say 2 or 3, but you have in 1 week 50 people calling you, well, there you go. Then you're going to have success. Then you're going to be able to cherry pick the best of the best deals, okay? Same thing was happening with my moving company. I only had a few trucks when I started. I was renting actually at first, and then I started buying my own, but I always was able to have more leads than trucks, more leads than workers, which I would tell customers, sorry, we're booked, we can't handle anymore. Go to this company or go to that company, and I'll refer those out. This is a very good problem to have, because if you don't know how to sell, if you don't know how to negotiate, it's totally fine. If you generate so much leads, you're going to do a deal, because the law of probability says that if you take a test at school and there's 10 questions, you're going to get 1 right. So if you don't have sales, you don't know how to negotiate, you don't know how to give offers, you don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, you're still able to get customers as long as you're able to generate 10 leads per day, right? You're going to be able to book 1 person without the skills, without the negotiation. One example is when I started my moving company, I did not have a truck. I did not have dollies. I did not have moving pads, shrink wrap. I didn't even have a crew. I didn't even have a business, right? But I had all these leads. So the first person I called, nope. And the next person I called, they wanted me to do a $1,500, $1,200 move, something crazy, right? Something like a lot of money for me, right? And remember, I had just graduated college. I was living in my car and with $100, so that was a lot of money. And so once I was able to have so much leads where I didn't have to spend any money in marketing, I was able to get in the batting cage and practice my sales, practice my negotiation, practice my closing totally for free without spending any money into the token to have those balls coming at me, to have those leads coming at me, okay? And once I learned, I sharpened my skills. I learned how to close better, how to give estimates. Like in my moving company, we had 2 ways where we could give you a price. We can give you an hourly rate, or we can give you a guaranteed binding price, where you go to my website, you type in what items you have to move, what state or what city you're moving from, where you're moving to, and my website will give you an instant guaranteed price. Again, this isn't a dollar age, cloud-based, when there was not even a word like cloud-based, and it would be guaranteed. And so I didn't have those systems in the beginning, but I did have a whole lot of leads to practice, to figure out how to give pricing, because at first, for example, I was charging like $50 an hour. And I quickly realized it doesn't even going to cover my crew, it's not going to cover my trucks. And I said, okay, let's do $69, $70 an hour. I did a little bit, I made a little bit more. Like, no, let's start going to $125 an hour. Let's have a trip charge. Let's have a fuel charge. Let's have this. Let's have that. Let's charge, per box. Because in the beginning, I was giving away free boxes, free shrink wrap, charging cheap as hell. But I was just wanting to learn. I thought that the price of the tuition was worth it. You know what I mean? That, okay, I'll go do these moves and I won't make any money. Or I'll go do these moves and just make 20 bucks or 50 bucks. But it's okay because I'm learning the business. I'm learning how to move. I'm learning how to get a contract. I'm learning how to do all this stuff, right? And not only don't have to pay for this stuff, not only do I not have to put it on a credit card, no bank loan, no family funding. The customers are funding it for me, and I'm getting to learn. Because I didn't know how to do the business at all, you know what I mean? I didn't know anything about moving. Same thing with real estate. When I got into the real estate 2006 fourth quarter, I saw the market crashing because of my moving company. I realized that, I don't know how to talk to sellers. I don't know how to give negotiation. I don't have a contract. My parents are refugees. They're illiterate. I hadn't even bought myself my first house. I don't even know how the closing process works, and I could have just focused on all that stuff, right, that I didn't have. But what I focused on was the most important thing in this equation, which is leads. I start generating leads totally for free, tremendous amount of leads, and then I start practicing. Hey, how you doing? And then start saying like, well, why you want to sell? And just figuring it out as I win. I got to figure out what is their motivation. Why do they want to sell? And so on and so on. So that all came from lead generation. If I didn't have the leads, if I had to spend, let's say, $1,000 to generate leads, I don't think I would have made it, because it took me months and months and months to come up with my Ninja phone script, which I'm giving it to you totally for free. Took me a year and a half to dial that in so I could figure out the seller's motivation, to figure out how to give the seller an offer, how to give an owner financing offer, how to give a subject to offer, how to give them the superhero closing, all the stuff that I'm giving it to you totally for free at myrealestatedojo.com or mrnofluff.com. I'm giving you my course for free. Some of you say, why? Because I'm a giver, guys. I want you to win, right? Anyways, the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen, is leads. Forget about closing, forget about structuring the deals, forget about negotiation, forget about all that stuff. All that stuff comes later. Once you have a seller knocking on your phone or knocking on your door saying, I am interested in your services, you can learn about sales, negotiation, this. If you can't get anyone to knock on your phone, you're never going to be able to practice those swings. The way to practice the swings is to have that ball coming to you, and that ball represents the lead. Let me say that again. The lead or the ball is the most important thing if you want to learn how to swing. And if you want to learn how to do your business, whatever it is, moving company, real estate brokerage, real estate investor, whatever, writing books, pizza place, car dealership, furniture store, whatever, right? You need them leads coming in. You need those customers coming in. Even if you don't know how to do the sales and negotiation, you'll still do transactions. You still do deals. If you have more leads, then people say no, because there are going to people that are going to say yes. Just like the law of probability, 10 questions on a test, you didn't study. How many would you get right? 1. Guaranteed, dude, over and over and over. Guaranteed. That's just the law of probability, right? So if you just look at it that way, if you have 10 leads coming every day, you'll get 1 deal. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're in a furniture business, you're in a pizza business, you're in whatever. In some more other businesses, there's less sales required. For example, in the pizza business, there's really no sell. As long as we put a flyer at someone's door right before 5 o'clock, they get home and they're hungry and they're tired, they don't want to cook, more than likely they're going to call us and order some pizza from us, right? If by the end of the month I put flyers on people's mailboxes or send them letters or text message or whatever marketing strategies that I have for my moving company, then yes, those people are going to call me because they're going to need to move. They may call 3 or 4 other people, but if we answer quickly, we provide great service, then they're more likely they're going to go with us, right? And so the story is to have leads. If you're spending all your time setting up logos, corporations, websites, learning strategies, exit strategies, enter strategies, fix and flip, landlording, this, you're just bullshitting yourself, brother. Your odds of success, I'm sorry to tell you this, is slim, right? Because if you cannot generate leads efficiently or for free, you're not going to be in this business for a long time. You may have 5 grand, 10 grand, 100 grand, whatever. You'll run through that, because if you can't generate leads creativity, then guess what? Now I can show you exactly 42 ways to generate free leads. Go to myrealestatedojo.com or mrnofluff.com. Click on Start Now. I'm giving you my Subject to course totally for fucking free, dude. No fucking joke. You don't even have to give me your fucking email, bro. Okay? Because I'm a giver. I want you to win. I want you to go make good fucking deals. And let's partner up and let's do more deals. If you're ready to get in the fast track, you want to work with me direct, then let's do deals. My coaching program. We'll work together. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you? Someone's dog just came over here. How are you doing? You want me to throw it for you? I can throw it for you. You want me to throw it for you? All right. All right. Go ahead, buddy. So, I don't know whose dog that was, but someone's dog just came here and wanted me to throw him the fucking ball, dude. That was pretty cool. Makes me want to wish I had a dog, right? Anyway, it was a kind of cute looking dog too. One of those sheep dogs, shepherd dogs, whatever. Anyways, guys, most important things, leads. I am not lying to you. I've been an entrepreneur since 9th grade in high school. I've never had a job, never had a resume job. I've never borrowed money from a stinky banker. And I'm telling you from my heart, because I want you to win. Leads. Paid or free. But it's better off getting your hands dirty and building those calluses with free leads so you can practice for free before you jump in and put up your credit card or put up your life savings or put up your, whatever into marketing, the marketing beast, because they'll suck it away, dude, real quickly. It won't give you that many leads if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So join my coaching program or get my free course, because I show you exactly all your 3 stages of this business, which is lead generation, conversion, and exit strategy. And I give you all the stuff you need in all those 3 stages of the business, guys. Peace. Don't take no for an answer.